What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to a Palworld video. My name's Kevil, and I want to start off by saying, sorry I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks. I made a video before the update of the game, and then I had to scrap the whole thing because it updated the next day while I was editing, and then I got really sick for the last week, and I finally feel good, and I'm back to make a video. So, I also want to say thank you everybody who subscribed in the last month. You got me over 500 subscribers, and I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. So, the reason I'm over here by the fishing village is because I am going to show that sadly, one of the favorite glitches in the game has been removed. So, if I get this guy aggroed, and I go ahead and teleport to a boss tower, this glitch has been patched. And the way they patched it is they made it so that these guards no longer are capable of dealing damage to the boss. And the glitch has been fixed because of it. So if we join in here real fast, I will showcase that. So as usual, I do not want to hit the boss, but I want the boss to get shot by these guys. As long as I don't deal damage to the boss, everything's okay. See, the boss is getting shot right there. The health has not decreased at all, and she is not glitching out. So, it has been fixed. It has been patched. You can no longer capture the tower bosses. Very sad. So that means anybody who performed the glitch before the update, these are now impossible to collect pals, and you need to protect that save world because you have something that's going to become more rare every day. I almost forgot to kill this girl at the start of my video. Can't have that, can we? So for the rest of today's video, I want to go through a bunch of comments that you guys have given me and see if those tips still work in the newest patch 0.1.5.1. Another shiny chicken? I don't even want it. The next tip I'm testing is from a TikTok video that had like 50 likes that I saw about a week and a half ago. I don't remember who the creator was, and I feel really bad that I didn't like it, so I could then link it down below, but I'll try to find it, but I don't know if I will. Essentially, the tip is to get some boys angry at you, and then fast travel somewhere that you build something. So I'm gonna fast travel here. I don't want to go to my base because then my pals could kill all these guys. So make sure they came with me. They did. Grab my jet dragon and let's fly to the spot where I built this thing. You can see it right there, big old tower. So hopefully they stay mad at me and I will fly them all the way up here. You can see they start glitching behind me, spawning like that. And we're gonna go ahead and drop ourselves here, stand on a bench. And I forgot to delete these. Let's get rid of those. And the dudes will fall. New one will spawn, and then he'll fall. And repeat. Forever. Now, the whole point of this glitch is that those guys will fall to their death, take a bunch of damage, and then hopefully drop items. I can make it go easier by giving them little pokes with the lily spear. So I can just sit here, poke away at them, deal some damage, they'll fall to their death, and drop items for me. Now, I think I just need to hit them once, and that will, like, count their death as a kill, because otherwise I don't think they actually drop items unless I hit them. But just make them fall over and over. And I should get a bunch of assault rifle ammo when this is all said and done. Well, it's been 5 minutes exactly. It's worth noting that you could speed up this farm by 3 times by having 3 times drops. Right now my drops are set to 1, but let's go ahead and jump down and see what loot we've got. We currently have 646 assault rifle ammo. A lot more down here. So we only got 30 assault rifle ammo, kind of meh, but we also got some spheres and gold. So you could turn up your drop rate 3 times and you could just literally sit there for like 20 minutes watching a YouTube video or something and get tons of golden ammo that way. It's kind of lukewarm, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's worth it anymore. I honestly think it got nerfed with the last patch, because I'll show a clip of me doing this in the previous patch, and it seemed way more efficient. Look at them! Look at those dudes! Look at the amount of mega spheres I just picked up. Look at that. What is happening? So our next tip comes from Mad Dog MC, and I'll be honest with you, I am not afraid to admit when I was flat out wrong. So I argued that the Dire Howl is one of the best ground mounts because you can get it at level 9, and by doing some breeding and starting up, this dude is faster than Necromus. And while that's true, he's only got little tiny hops. He's not really good for traversing anything with some verticality. You know, he's really good for these flat open areas, just speeding along. But even that, I struggle to get on top of. And that's where Fengalope comes in. So Fengalope, you get access to at level 26, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, level 26, you get access to Fengalope. And this dude hops. This dude is kind of insane with his jumps. Definitely the next logical step in mount progression. So, in my opinion, your best bet is to get your Dire Howl at level 9, which is, he's really good, he's fast. And then once you hit level 26, you can upgrade to either Rayhound or Fengalope. Fengalope has the double jump that is, I believe, slightly higher. This dude's a little bit more lofty. But the Rayhound, if you 4-star it, is actually 1380 for base speed, which is faster than the Dire Howl, faster than the Fengalope. And then your next logical step would be to get Phalaris as your level 38 flying mount, and then eventually your level 48 Frostallion, and then when you finally ding 50, you can get your Jet Dragon. So our next tip is from Jordan, who said that they actually built their base out here on the Sanctuary Island. And, well, it could be annoying to have to deal with the troops getting mad at you at your own base. I did find out something actually kind of interesting. So I didn't even realize it. I built a platform on top of this chest spawn, and instead of just not spawning the chest or spawning it in the ground where I couldn't access it, the game actually put it nice and on top of the foundation here, which is really cool. I got a little chest in my house, so that is actually neat. I just assumed it would spawn it down in the foundation and I'd have to delete the foundation to access it. I've seen a lot of comments complaining about my flashing armor. I'm sorry. It is a glitch that cannot be performed anymore. As you can see, I have a shield in my glider slot and I am wearing 3 PAL armors. I don't have to worry about temperature at all. As you can see, it's fully grayed out there at the bottom left. It's just an exploit that I'm still abusing. It has persisted in my world. It hasn't been able to be performed for like almost a month now. But if enough of you complain on this video or comment that you want me to remove it, I will remove it. Currently, this armor can't be repaired. So, oh fuck! That was... I'm so mad. That was a misclick. I can't put that back on. Well, my defense just got a lot lower. I'm not going to be as unkillable as before. That was genuine. I'm so mad right now. I accidentally right-clicked as I hovered it. I did not mean to do that. Well, the flashing armor's still there, but it's freaking weaker now. I'm not even gonna hover it. I'm gonna not even touch my mouse. I am genuinely mad. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if enough of you complain about the flashing armor, I'll remove the one on the head slot also. But until then, I'm keeping it. I'm so mad. With that depressing accident aside, let's move on to the next exploit that still works in 0.1.5.1. So, this was commented to me by Jason, and I have seen a couple videos on this since his comment, and there's something that everyone does that I don't really understand why. They wait. So I'll just show you the exploit. You hit Butcher on a pal that you have a saddle for. Make sure you have the saddle unlocked for whatever pal you're doing this for. If I go ahead and Butcher, immediately press F, I flop in the air, and there's the drops. They just float on down to the ground. I can hop off Suzaku now, and guess what? He's still in my party, as you can see in the bottom right corner there. He is still in my party. You can hold F, Butcher again, immediately press F, and there's the drops. Now, there is a limit to how many times you can do this. I have had him actually despawn after doing this over and over. But, what are you guys doing? As long as you just continue to over and over butcher him, and occasionally you'll fall through the world like that. You can see the item should still be up above me somewhere. And now if I hop off of him, this is my favorite part. I am now below the world. And in this specific spot, you can see I've already done a few things down here. In this specific spot where I built my base, there's this weird, terrain that just got left down below the ground. And now I'm stuck down here. I don't really have a way back up. But I can just continue to butcher Suzaku down here. Just press F, and I teleport back up. And now I get teleported to my mining base. Don't know why it does that, but you can see Suzaku's still in my party. And if I put him in the PAL box and then bring him back out, he's a completely normal PAL again. Like, I didn't murder him 3 times in a row. So let's say you want to cook up a lot of cement, but you can't really be bothered to go farm a lot of PAL fluids. Well, you could use like the Ilfredan saddle, or I don't think that would work. I definitely know that the gloves wouldn't work, because that's for using that PAL as a glider. It's not going to work. If you were to unlock the Relaxosaurus missile launcher, you could probably over and over farm this guy and get the PAL fluid drops, or the Suzaku Aqua could be another good one to do. But right now, every time I do this, I get all of the drops for flame organs, the ancient sieve parts, and the precious plume, because I'm doing it with a alpha PAL, that red symbol right there. But the main part about this glitch that makes it so interesting is I could over and over farm this guy until I get the specific blueprint that this guy's capable of dropping. See, there I got the items, hop off, click through the world again. And in some of the videos I saw, they were saying to wait until the second strike. I don't think you need to. And in my experience, just immediately press F, still get the drops. But if you want to glitch fall into the world, you kind of have to time it specifically. There you go. That one brought me through the world. Still got the drops. And then if I hop off, I can fall down here and repeat the process. I kind of just like falling down here and seeing it down here. It gets really crazy at nighttime down here because the lighting glitches out. But we got a little grassy area down here. I could build a base, have these god rays shining on me. But the only way to get back is for me to hop into the void. And then at some point while falling through the void, I teleport to my base. And it's just probably the game having some sort of prevention system. You can't just fall forever. Eventually it teleports me to base. I just think it's really funny. And maybe eventually... Yeah, there it goes. And it just snaps me to base. I love it. I love glitches like this in games. And I just found that area on accident by doing the butcher glitch here in this plateau. And here's where I build my base, near Icewind Island. This big oval area. For some reason has land below it. Jet Dragon. Chet Dragon. Dragon. It's a jet dragon, man. It's a frickin' dragon. This is a dire wolf. Dire wolf. When it comes to these things, I don't care that much about proper pronunciation. Sorry. So our next comment is from Momo, who says that there's a chain that goes to Shadowbeak using only 1 Lamball and 1 Nightwing. And I'll be honest with you, the Lamball Nightwing breeding combo is overpowered. With a land ball, you get a loop mom. Then breeding the loop mon back with its parents will get you a Dazzy and a Univol. And then you can use those and breed to get Dynasum, Cognito, Elfidan. You can then get to Bushi, Marith. You can then get to Bushi, Marith, Robinquill, Tombat. Then you can get to Calypsy Ignis, which gets you towards the fire guys. And it just keeps going. After about 45 minutes of looking through that whole combination, I was just thoroughly impressed. You can get to so many pals from that starting parents. But I still couldn't find a way to get to Electabuzz, which would then let me get to Shadowbeak. So if somebody can show me how to get to Electabuzz or Shadowbeak just from those two parents, please let me know. I want to know the full chain. I couldn't make it happen. I couldn't figure it out. Shout out to Refluctuation for showing that there is a actual counter in the bottom left when condensing, showing how many you have in inventory. I'm not gonna lie, I spent multiple times just counting every single pal I had to see if I was at the number I needed, when all I could have done is click and read a number. So our next tip comes from Saprone, which is one that I actually really appreciate. So here at my breeding base, I use Anubises to do the transporting from pens to the respective boxes. See, there he goes. They move fast, they carry the items. I think they're probably the most efficient transporting guys, and they're small. But Anubises also do mining. And I used to have a problem where they'd run over here and just focus on mining a stone node here. But by placing a potted houseplant here, the stone node never respawns. Maybe there's a tree or something that's in your base that you just don't want to be there. You can mine it down and then put a houseplant or a bench or any decorative item in that spot and it won't respawn. In case you missed it in my last video, one of my buddies, IRL, told me that if you press R while in inventory, it will auto move anything that can move. So if you are one of those people that are OCD about sorting, you know, all chests have specific items in them, you can just go out adventure, and when you get back, press R at each chest and empty your inventory, but keep your sanity with your sorting. On Xbox controller, the auto sort or auto send, whatever you want to call it, is RB. I don't know if that means pressing down the right stick or pressing down right bumper. Just try both. So in a previous video, I claimed that I was a big fan of the sword, because you can just have that as your main mining tool. It'll chop trees pretty fast. I think it's like 3 hits, tree's gone, and then it'll also mine nodes and everything pretty quickly. But if I go down here where there's a couple stone nodes next to each other, we're gonna use the sword, time, see how fast it is. It's pretty quick, you know, 3 hits per break. But if I take Lily's Spear, hold down left click and then spam crouch, even faster. Thank you for that tip. Much appreciated. Dragandi wishes that the butchering had blood and viscera, and I'd looked at the mods and I did find one where you can get rid of the blur, but I'm sure eventually there will be a mod that adds blood to this game. It's guaranteed to come at some point. So real quick, I want to go through the settings that I use on my guide series. I keep my pal appearance rate at 1.9. The reason for this is because anytime a group of 2 would normally spawn, I'll get 3. And anytime a group of 3 would normally spawn, I'd get 4 or 5. But I don't want there to be double the bosses, so I keep it at 1.9. Everything else I keep pretty vanilla until we get to hunger depletion rate. I turn that down. Stamina rate, I love moving around this game fast, so I have my stamina set really low. Regen turned up. I keep my damage from player at 2, and I take half damage, so anytime you guys are freaking out that I deal too much damage, it's because these are my settings. I have my structure deterioration rate set to 0 because I want to build stuff outside of my base perimeter, and if it were to just deteriorate and break down, that'd be kind of lame. And then everybody should turn the max pals working at base up to 20, just so you can have more friends that are being slaves for you. You Win Some commented that they are only able to do like 10 damage with legendary weapons, and they have their damage from players set to 5, but they're not getting the double multiplier. If you have damage to pals set to max, then you'll be dealing like, what, 25 times the amount of normal damage to pals. That's how you really deal the most damage. You have to turn up the damage from player and damage to pals. Set both of those to max if you want the game to be as easy as possible, or as fast as possible. And lastly, we have a comment from Huak. I like to imagine that's pronounced like this. So how to prevent pals from getting stuck on things. So I said it previously, I used to get pals that were stuck on top of my trees all the time, so I built this. Supposedly in the most recent patch they fixed that. I'm gonna leave that up because I don't fully trust it. It could be they fixed some part of it, but it's not truly fixed. And then I used to get pals that would love to sit on top of my silo and electric pole. So I put a roof on it. Pals no longer get stuck. And then if we go to my mining base, I'll talk about the fence gates. So here at the mining base, this is the only one that I actually fenced in. And originally I had this fence inside the blue circle, and my pals would get stuck on it. They would try to pathfind behind it and get stuck inside of it, and I had all kinds of problems. But if you set your world settings to where items won't deteriorate outside of the blue-purple line, then these base pals no longer try to pathfind to right here and then get stuck outside the fence. Just put the fence around the circle on the outside, and that problem completely goes away. But if you're going for aesthetic purposes and you want the fences inside your base, I don't actually really have a solution for you. The patch notes said they fixed some of those problems, so hopefully it is truly fixed. I haven't done any testing, and I probably won't do any testing, but let me know in the comments if you still have pals getting stuck on fences inside the base. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. This is probably going to be the last tips video until the next big content patch. Maybe there'll be some really massive fixes that I showcase, but I think for the most part, I'm just going to hold out for the next content patch, and I'll make a video when that comes. Otherwise, I'm going to continue my single-player series. I'm going to start a hardcore series, and I'm going to start playing some other games and uploading them. So keep an eye out for that. Please subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel. I know I have been absolutely loving making videos again, and I don't intend to stop anytime soon. So I'll see you guys in the next one. My name's Kevil, and goodbye.